in.
Hi, Jerry. Nicole Goldberg from Netsuite.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Do you mind if I take a seat?
Go for it.
Okay, great. I'd like to start off by giving you my business card. Just in case you have any questions or comments after the meeting, feel free to reach out to me.
Okay.
All my information is on there. Do you mind if I take notes during the meeting?
Go for it.
Okay, wonderful. So I met with your son Brock at our last UGA alumni event, and we kind of got to talking about PTI and your potential need for a new CRM system. And being from NetSuite, we thought it might be beneficial for me to speak with you to see how I may be of help to you and your company.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, glad to hear it. So, do you mind if I elaborate a little bit first on my expertise? I don't know if he mentioned anything to you.
Oh yeah, he did mention about your expertise, and so that's why I was, willing to come and have you speak to me today. But I would like to know a little bit more.
Right. Well, I'd be more than happy to go over that with you. I've been at NetSuite now for 3 years. First year I finished in the top 20% of sales professionals, and this past year I finished in the top 10. It's a big achievement. I attribute that to my commitment to the product, and I really think NetSuite is a great solution for many businesses, including yours. So hopefully you'll be able to see that today. I work with about 62 clients right now. Many of them are mid-sized companies as PTI, so I am very familiar with companies of your size. And I already have somewhat of an understanding and idea of how NetSuite can work for your business. But I'd like to hear more about your current situation, just so that I can tailor the product better to your company.
Cool.
Does that work?
Yeah, definitely. That's a good idea.
Okay, and we only have about 20 minutes today, is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, great. Well, I understand that your time is valuable, so I want to make this the most beneficial 20 minutes of your day. Do you mind if I go over an agenda or overview with you so I can show you where the conversation is going?
Yeah, that'd be a good
today?
idea. Lay out the framework.
Exactly. So first, I'd like to kind of get into your current situation. I know I heard it from Brock, but I'd like to hear from you what issues you're currently facing, what's not working, what is working, so I get a fuller picture. Then I'd like to pinpoint some of your needs and clarify those so that they can be addressed. And then I'd like to tell you a little bit about how NetSuite can work for you, what it can offer you in relation to those needs and satisfying those needs. And then from there, we can decide how you want to proceed based on your perception of NetSuite, if you like the product. Does that sound okay?
That sounds like a good use of my time.
Okay, glad to hear it. Well, is there anyone you'd like present before we get started?
I have a few sales managers that would probably make the decision, but they can't be here right now, so it's just me for today.
Okay, I totally understand. Well then, let's get started. Okay. So as CEO, I'm sure you wear many hats in the company and have many responsibilities, but what would you say if you had to pick as your highest priority of day-to-day tasks?
I would say just making our salespeople more effective and efficient. That's what's bringing in the revenue for a company. Obviously, we want to maximize our profits. We're a sales-based company, so that's definitely where a lot of my focus is.
I totally understand. Well, since developing an effective sales team and sales force is so important, can you explain to me a little bit about how you manage sales currently? How does your sales team work? I know Brock had mentioned to me that you have two components of the system you use right now, one for your internal sales team and then one for your external sales team. Can you give me a little bit more of an explanation on that?
So we have our inside sales and we have our outside sales. And somehow, over time, they ended up on different systems. So the internal system, the external system caused a lot of overlap in information. And, that's just not great when we have, different client information that's being overlapped, or sometimes they don't line up. It's just hard to have that communication between the two systems.
Right. Well, you briefly touched on this, but what do you think are the major issues of having the two systems? Is there any incongruities or lack of unity between the two systems? I can only imagine having separate data in two places, how those would be.
Yeah, definitely a lot of incongruity, like you said. We have some people who end up not even being on either system, and they're just, putting their data down on paper.
Wow.
And so, when you come back and you have two different systems saying different things, and our sales managers have to go, find their salespeople and figure out what information is correct. So it's just a big headache for us.
Right. So what you're mentioning kind of sounds like a lack of visibility and uniformity. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would definitely say it's that.
Okay. Okay, wonderful. So how many hours would you say are usually spent on merging the data between the two systems?
I would say just through all the meetings with salespeople and then them having to track down about meetings with all the sales managers, they have to meet together to determine, comprehend all the data, and then they have to track down our salespeople if, there's the incongruities. So probably about 6 to 8 hours a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And which factors do you think primarily contribute to this need for reconciliation between the two systems? I know we kind of talked about this, but
just each platform creating different reports, and so there's inconsistency in this communication, and then just a lack of visibility all around. We can't at one time get real-time data because it's all just in different places.
Exactly. Okay. So if you had to quantify it, what would you value 1 hour's worth of sales manager time at?
Maybe about $50 off the top of my head.
$50 per hour.
Per hour, yeah.
Okay. And you have about 4 sales managers, is that correct? 3 external, 1 internal?
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct.
Okay. So if you do the math on that, that comes out to about $62,000.
Wow.
Per year.
Yeah. I never put those into numbers, but that's not great.
Yeah. Well, so even though you've been demonstrating such tremendous growth, which congratulations, by the way,
Thank you.
at 9% for the past 3 years, in my research, I've seen that those numbers are projected to decrease in the future.
Yes.
So do you think that these incongruities and the lack of visibility, things that we've mentioned, do you think that that could be contributing to the declining growth and possibly causing some loss of revenue?
Yeah, I wish I could say no, but I mean, most likely that's the issue. That's it's playing a role in this decrease in our revenue, just due to the lack of efficiency and visibility. Definitely plays a role in that.
Okay. Well, I know it's hard to do without numbers in front of you, especially, but could you possibly quantify the potential loss of revenue?
Yeah, I think
had you not have these inefficiencies and system complications, what do you think you could? By how much could you increase revenue?
Yeah, I would say maybe by as much as 20%. It's a lot, but I think that if we didn't have these issues and we had to save time and productivity,
right.
I think we could increase revenue by 20%.
Right. Okay. Well, we've talked a little bit about your employees, how it's decreased their productivity and performance. What about your customers? Do you see that with these system inefficiencies, there's been an impact on your customer relationships?
Yeah, we have received some negative feedback from customers. We've had overlapping information and information being misrepresented, and we have lost, unfortunately, several accounts due most likely to issues such as these.
Right. Can I ask you how many accounts you've lost? I know
Three. Yeah. 3 accounts with probably a combined value of about $3 million because one of them was a relatively large client.
Wow, $3 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a large number, but just to get a better sense of how you're investing in PTI to continue that tremendous growth you've been demonstrating, what kind of things are you investing in?
Definitely training. Sales training is a big one. Just instilling the core values of our company into our employees. Say that currently that's really the only place that we're really investing.
Okay. Well, from what you've told me, it almost sounds like the training that they're receiving is being counteracted by this decreased productivity and decreased performance with the system inefficiency and lack of visibility that we discussed. Would you say that?
Yeah, I definitely hate to put them through such great training and then put them in an environment that it's hard for them to be successful in. And I definitely think that this is, not helping us reach our long-term goals.
Right. Well, before I jump into a demonstration of the system, I would like to review with you some of the things that we've gone over just so that I can make sure that I have a full understanding of your situation. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so we kind of talked about how the two systems do not merge properly and automatically. So you're having to do things manually. There's overlapping custom client searches, and you have problem with incongruent data in the system, some people not putting in data, various forms of reporting. So a lot of inconsistency, it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
And it's not all in one place as it needs to be.
No.
So what I'd like to do now is kind of give you a little bit of a demonstration or a preview per se of NetSuite.
Be great to see.
And kind of point out some of the benefits that I believe that your company could see with the use of the product.
Okay.
Does that sound good to you?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Do you mind if I scoot over there to show you and let you get your hands on it?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Perfect. Let me just log in for you.
Okay.
So here, pulled up, is our homepage.
Mm-hmm.
Just first impressions, what do you think of the interface?
Well, it looks a lot simpler than I expected. It doesn't look very complicated. Yeah. It looks nice.
Yeah, one of our biggest comments that we receive, or most received comment, is that it's very user-friendly. It's very easy to use, it's very seamless, there's no learning curve associated with using the system, which is great.
Yeah, that's good.
And we are also available 24/7 for assistance if you do need help getting familiar with the product. So we're here.
Okay, that's definitely good to know.
Yeah. So what I'd like to show you first is we talked about having those two different systems. I feel like that is the biggest detriment to your efficiency,
right?
As a sales-based company.
Yes.
So right here, if you click on this tab, you'll see that you can input all of your client data if you want to try it. You can input all of your client data into one spot so that it's all under one roof. And there's a 360 view of your order management system. So you can see anything that is input by the external sales team is seen automatically by all other users. So once it's in the system, and anybody who has access to the system can access that data that's input into the system.
So what about when I have my salespeople who are out on the field and then they have to come back and input information, and what if then it's not as accurate because they forget?
Yeah. So what's great about NetSuite is that it is accessible remotely via any smartphone, any tablet, really any smart device.
Okay.
So whether it be laptop, I mean most of the time these days people have at least one smart device on them.
Right.
So it can be input remotely on the spot so that it can be automatically transferred to the inside sales team without even having to do that manual entry process once.
Okay.
So there's no double entry. There's no entering it into both databases. It cuts time in half. And then again, you can see it all in one spot.
Right.
So it's all together. Then if you go over here, you can see that you can get real-time analytics. So this is telling you pretty much all that you need to know that's happening currently. Gives you projections and gives you figures that are relevant to you now. So one of the concerns with having that 6 to 8 hour period of merging the data between your current systems, you're losing that up-to-date information that can help your sales team with their sales. If they're waiting to get that information, it's not as useful.
Definitely.
So it makes it more accessible. And then you can also manage customer relationships by looking at the Customers tab.
Okay.
And you can go into each customer specifically to see their previous history with the company, projections, quotas of certain salespeople, certain salespeople that are on top, who are working with them, so that this eliminates that any overlapping that might occur.
Yeah.
So you can really manage your customer relationships and see how you can best suit your company's offers to them.
Yeah.
So does that look like it could work for you?
Definitely. I mean, it seems to have, places to put all the information that we have, all the different data that we have in all these separate places. I mean, just puts it all together and you can update it in real time. And I mean, I really think that solved a lot of our issues.
Yeah, I really think that it would create that unity and consistency that you're looking for. Visibility among all of your teammates.
Right.
So let's go into a little bit more of the financial aspect. I know that making a decision requires you to weigh the costs and the benefits.
Right.
I want to first discuss with you the cost of NetSuite.
Okay.
I don't want you to be scared off at first by the number, because we're going to go into a little bit about why that number is the way it is, like what benefits you're getting out of it.
Okay.
That might offset that.
Yeah.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm a more visual person.
Yeah.
And so if it's okay with you, I would like to kind of draw out a diagram to help you see the value of NetSuite.
Okay.
Okay, so on this side, I'm going to draw a value equation, as we call it. On this side, we're going to be looking at the cost of NetSuite. And then on this side, we're going to be looking at the cost of not having NetSuite. Okay. So the cost of NetSuite is $129 per person or per user per month.
Okay.
So with all of your employees, that comes out to about $44,000 annually. And again, all of your employees would have access to the system, so that is the all-in cost.
Okay.
Now, the cost of not having NetSuite. We discussed that $62,000 figure of lost time, opportunity cost of that 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
And that's a moderate number.
Right.
So let's put that over here. Then you also mentioned that you had lost several accounts due to possible customer loss as a result of the inefficient
Right,
system.
yeah.
I mean,
could be up to $3 million.
Yeah. so $3 million. And then we discussed that your profits could possibly be enhanced.
Oh, right, yeah.
By how much do you think?
I think it
hard
was
to
20% that I
20%?
said, right? Yeah, and it's
20%.
that definitely is feasible.
And using your sales figure of 168, that comes out to about $33 million.
Wow. Yeah.
That on its own already outweighs the cost of NetSuite.
Right.
But then you have these other factors as well. So in total, you're looking at about $36.062 million.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So when you compare these two figures, the 36,062,000 of not having NetSuite versus the $44,000 annual cost of having NetSuite, does that help you to see the value?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it seems like the benefits definitely outstrip the cost. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you
I can't
see
deny
that.
that. Yeah.
I'm glad that you see that. Are there any other concerns, questions that I haven't addressed about the system?
I don't think so. I mean, what I've seen, it does seem like it whips all these issues, and you've really proven that these issues are adding up. You know, a lot of lost revenue right there. I will have to discuss with the rest of my sales team. You know, this would be a big change for all of them. So, you know, I can't give you a definite answer.
Of course. I completely understand. Would you mind setting up a meeting maybe for next week, Tuesday, same time?
Yeah, I usually have
To
open
follow
time.
up?
Yeah, next week I should be able to do that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wonderful. So should we say like 12:30
Sure.
on Tuesday?
Yeah, that sounds good. I should have time to speak with my team for them.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay.
It was so nice meeting with you today.
Thank you.
If any questions or comments arise, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to answer anything that comes up.
Great. Well, thank you for coming in and speaking to me.
Thank you again so much. I hope that you really do see NetSuite's value and how it can be a benefit to your
I think
company.
you've definitely done a great job of proving that. So, you know, hopefully I can get my team on board.
I'm sure they would agree.
Right. I'm sure they'll agree with me, you know, but we'll see.
Well, it's so nice meeting you.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Have a good one.